Hi everybody, welcome to the family table. This is our first series of dinners, desserts, and things that bring everybody to the family table. Family table has changed in the last few years. People are busy, they're running around, but the family table is important. Years ago, my family table was 6. Now it's just me and my husband. Sometimes it's at the breakfast bar, sometimes it's in front of the TV watching the news. But it's always about what you've done today or what you're going to do. It's about conversation and the family being together. So whatever your family table is, whether it's the dining room, the breakfast bar in front of the TV, it's important to continue. I would like to welcome you to my home and how we're going to put some meals on the table for your family. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the family table. I was thinking, since Memorial Day is just around the corner and it is the unofficial start of summer, that we should do something summery. So I would like to make Christine's baked beans. Christine's my oldest daughter, and when we're all together, the family loves beans, so we have a lot of it. And she was deciding that she was going to make baked beans, and she had a bunch of things cut up, and she says, what am I going to do with the rest of these onions and peppers? She decided to throw them in the beans. And of course, being Portuguese, we had to add linguiça. So this is Christine's baked beans. I did start with a pound bag of navy beans. I'm showing you the empty bag because I've already cooked it. The thing with this is you can do it the night before. And since they're just regular beans, you're not getting it out of a can, you do have to boil them. So what I did was I boiled them last night, and I have them ready because it takes 2 hours to simmer them. So what you would do is you would open the bag, put them in, rinse them out a little bit, throw them in a pot of water, about 10 cups, and you bring it to a boil, and then you just simmer it for 2 hours. So that way you have your beans all ready. Just put it in the fridge, and you're all set. So we're going to get this all ready into the crock pot. It's going to be cooked on low for about 10 hours. You can put it on high for 6 or low for 10. So let's get our veggies in there, our peppers, our onions, and the linguiça too. I'm just going to put a half a red pepper, half a yellow pepper. You can use orange, you can use green, you can use as many peppers as you like. I like the sweet peppers rather than the green, but it doesn't matter which ones you decide to use. So what we're going to do is get this pepper all straightened out, all cleaned up, throw it all in the garbage bowl here, and get this all into the crock pot. Now you can serve this with whatever, hamburgers, hot dogs. We're going to do barbecue baby back ribs, because when we do this, that's what we have as a family. So once I get the beans on, we're going to get the ribs ready. Just cut them up. You don't have to make them really tiny. You can make them big. Whatever your family likes. I like to see my peppers. So we're going to get those in there. Then we're going to take this lovely red pepper. We're going to get that in there also. Okay. And this is going to be just so easy. Once you get everything all cut up and you put it into the pot, you're just going to start it, and then that's it. You know, set it and forget it. Or at least forget it for about 10 hours. You don't want to forget it forever. Start this early in the morning for your cookouts, and it'll be all set. 1 onion. Get this onion going. If you don't like onions, don't put onions in it. If you like the red onions, put the red onions in it. I know I always say this, get yourself a nice knife. There's nothing better than having a nice, sharp chef's knife. You don't have to worry about smashing anything that cuts perfectly. Okay, so now we have our peppers and our onions. The next thing we're going to put in here is some molasses. Can't have baked beans without molasses. What I do is I spray the measuring cup with cooking spray. It just helps get the molasses out. You can use any brand. I am not brand loyal. Whatever you like. Half a cup of molasses. Pour that in there. There we go. Then we're also going to do a half a cup of brown sugar. Who doesn't like that? And you have to pack it. Brown sugar is just one of those things you don't level off. You actually get your hand in there and squeeze it and make sure it's packed. So a half a cup of packed brown sugar. Ground mustard. I'm going to do 3 teaspoons. Three teaspoons. There we go. About a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of salt. If you don't want to put salt, don't. Want to add it later, go right ahead. We're also going to put 1 cup of water. And the linguiça. Gotta have that. About a pound, maybe a pound and a half ground. You don't have to use ground linguiça. You can just take it and just cut it up and have big chunks. We like linguiça. Part of, being Portuguese. You just give it a good stir. Make sure everything's incorporated. There we go. Once everything's incorporated, you just take it, put it in the actual pot. I like to put it on high for a couple hours, and then I will turn it to low. Now to go with our beans, we're going to do barbecue baby back ribs. Now, I am going to open this package over here because once I open it, it's going to have a little bit of juice. So the other thing nice to have is a good pair of kitchen shears. Don't use it for anything else. It's for the kitchen. It's to cut meat. It's to get into the bags, whatever you want to use it for, but in your kitchen. Don't let the kids take it and, do arts and crafts with it. It's like your scissors that you use for material, right? I'm a sewer, so my kids know, do not touch the black handled scissors. Everybody has a pair of scissors that's for their use. I like to rinse the bag before I throw it away too. I don't like to just throw it in the garbage like that. I'll just leave it here. I'm going to just take it, just rinse it a little bit. You don't really have to give it a bath. You don't have to get soap. You don't have to wash it. no scrubbing. And what I'm going to do with these babies, these baby backs, I'm going to put them right here. Look at that. Now I am going to grab some paper towels. What you do want to do is dry them. You want to pat them dry. Again, you're not giving them a shower, you're not scrubbing them. You just want to get them patted dry. Get these nice. Turn them over. Pat them dry. And this is a full rack. I like to cut them just so they're just a little bit easier to handle. You get right between the bones, and then we can just put that right off to the side. Get this one right between the bone. There we go. Okay, now we just let that sit there for a minute or two. I am now going to get the rub. It's all about the rub. I mean, the barbecue sauce is whatever your preference is, but the rub, and there's all kinds of rubs out there. Again, my family, we like to use our own. So what I am going to do is I am going to take 6 tablespoons of paprika. Let me just get over here so everybody can see. 6 tablespoons of paprika. Six tablespoons of brown sugar. Garlic powder. I like garlic powder. You're only going to do 4 garlic powder. And then 2 pepper, because, and then once you know, you decide if you want more, absolutely add more pepper to your rub. If somebody wants to have pepper, they can put it on afterwards. So here we go. This is now our dry rub for the ribs. We're going to mix this up. Now you can do the ribs several ways. I'm going to put mine in a countertop oven. I like that oven. It's been around the block a few times. We got used to using it because who wants to turn on your oven in the summertime? However, you can also do this in your oven. You can take the ribs, you can put them in a sheet pan, make little, well, big packets out of them, add a few ice cubes, and then just bake it like that. Now we're going to rub these ribs. I recommend you do not stick your hand in the rub mix, because once you've contaminated it, you have to throw it away. If you have rub left, just put it in a container, seal it. It will last for a long time because it's just dried spices. So just don't stick your hands in the rub. Now we're gonna really rub the rub, get it in there, make sure it's nice and coated. And again, once you get everything all set, you get this in the oven. So what you're going to do is you're going to cook it for about an hour. Mostly, you're kind of like steaming it a little bit. We're going to put some water in the oven, and we're just going to get it going that way. And then we're going to cook it for an hour. Now, once it's cooked, if it's raining outside, well, just put the barbecue sauce, and that's it. Put it in your broiler. If it's a beautiful day, you take this out and you put it in your grill. About 15-20 minutes, add your barbecue sauce, flip it over a couple times, and really put whatever sauce you like. Sweet, tangy, Carolina style, Texas style, whatever. So even on a rainy day, you can have barbecue ribs. You just don't have to go outside. You can do it all inside. Now we gotta make sure this is all patted in there. Okay. Now once you have that all set, make sure you get the little sides here too. Okay. Of course I gotta wash my hands. Sure, you don't want to be touched by that. Okay. So, let me get that. So this is my oven, my roaster. I am going to set this for 450. I'm also going to add a cup of water to it. Sometimes we add ice cubes. If we're going to do the packet, we just put some ice cubes in the packet. But you just do the packet with aluminum foil. Because you just don't want it to, because once the barbecue sauce on it afterwards, it will burn a little bit. So, and you got to watch the sides of the oven. It tends to cook a little quicker. Now, one of the episodes I made those nice roasted potatoes. Well, that's what we use this for too. Put those roasted potatoes in there. So let me get these ribs in there. Bone side down. Just line them up. This will take, like I said, an hour to cook. Let me just stick that right in there and cover this up. Put my beans, everything's on. Again, let me wash my hands. Now at this point, if you were doing this all by yourself, you just take a rest, wait for everything to start cooking, and be done with it. When I get this to this part and it's all done, usually my husband's the one that takes it out and puts the barbecue sauce on. So once I'm here, I am done. But now, let me show you what this would look like done, because of course I did one earlier. I had the pleasure of smelling barbecue ribs all morning long. So I just want to get this off my counter so I can show you what it would look like on your family picnic table. Okay, here we go. So I got it all set. My handy dandy warming up. Let me tell you, it's the best. So now, barbecue baby back ribs and Christine's homemade beans. How would you like to have that on your family table? Again, thank you all for joining me at my home and enjoying some of the meals that my family and I really like. We like to do this together. And I think we're going to enjoy some ribs right now. See you next time on the family table.